Welcome to our YouTube channel. My name remains Amana Jerry, your favorite IGCSE ICT coach. Alright, in this class or in this video, we want to do solve the October November 2025 question paper 02. We're looking at the database aspect. Alright, so you're now going to prepare some reports. Make sure all required data is fully visible. Use database software to import the file raise.csv as a new table. Okay, so we're going to use these field names and data types. So let's go to our source file. So we're importing raise. So right here in our source document, right click and create a new Microsoft Access database. So call it raise, whatever we'll call it is fine. So let's open up the document. So make sure you enable content. So we're going to go to external data, go to new source, new data source from file. Now your file you're importing is a .csv file. .csv files are comma separated value files. They are usually text files, even though you can, if you double click on them, they'll open in Excel. But you don't import them as Excel files, you import them as text files. Then let's search for it, browse, desktop, IGCSE past questions 2025 W02, then you go to race and then open and OK, and let's go to next. Ensure you check this so that your first rows, because your first rows actually contain field names. Click on next. You can go to advanced here so that you can fix the data types. So club, age, first name and last name are all text. So all of these are text. Entry number are all integers. Entry number, year of birth and age are all integers. Then record and race are date and time. So all of these are accurate for now. Then pace, gender and result. Pace is a number but a decimal number. Gender and race are numbers. Okay, so pace is a decimal number. If you check here, you don't see anything called any decimal number. So we'll fix that when we go as we go on. Okay, so it says we should use set entry number as the primary key. So this is fine. They didn't specify a date month here, so we can click OK. Okay, so choose our primary key. Our primary key is entry number. The primary keys are usually very unique numbers. Okay, so click and finish and close. Alright, so sometimes you might import your tables with errors. So always check if you have errors, delete and re-import again. Make sure you follow all the rules. You can double click to open the table here. Alright, let's go back to the question. Question says we should place in our evidence document screenshot showing the field names, data types, and primary key used in the table. Alright, so to do that, you can go to let's go to home, change our view to design view, and take a screenshot of this. Click on print screen, and then with the name of the table shown, then the field names and the data types chosen. Back to the question, it says question 16 says change the data type of the pace underscore kmh field in to display as time with the format HHMMSS. So to do this, you go to this, change this to date and time, and under the format, click and choose long time. That's where you have hour, minutes, and seconds. Okay, so next up you have import the file club as a new table into your database. Set all the data types to text, okay, and set club code as your primary key. So we'll go back to external data, new data source from file, text file, click on browse. So we're bringing in club at the moment. Open, okay, and then next, and then first row contains field names, next, and then go to advanced. Here everything is text, which is fine. Go to next, then we'll choose our primary key. We're using club code as primary key. Next, and we're okay with the name. Click on finish to import that table. Close. Alright, our table has been imported without any error. So here's our table. So you double click for the table to show up here. Then next, it says you should place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the field names, data types, and the primary key used in the table. So to do your screenshot, go back to home, go back to your design view, and then you can print this screen this way, all right, and paste that in your evidence document. So next, it says question 18, thou should import the file group.csv age group rather as a new table into the database. Set all the data types to text. So we are importing age group this time around to external data from file, text, browse, age group, open, next, next, first row contains field names, next, next, primary key. So for our primary key we have group code. Click on this, go to advanced, all text, okay, and finish. So our table has been imported. Click on close, double click, so we have age group there. Right, so it says you should place in evidence document a screenshot showing the field names, data types, and primary key used. So, like we did before, go to home, to view, to design view, and then you can take a screenshot, print screen, and then do a screenshot of this. Okay, oh, sorry, I'm leaving out the primary key, so you need to include the primary key. Okay, so that's the primary key there. So you can go to your evidence document. That should be evidence 18. So you paste it in evidence 18 that way. So next, 19, it says you should create one-to-many relationship as links between the club code field in the club table and the club number field in the race table. So we need club table and the race table. So to create relationships, go to database tools, click on relationships. Okay, so you can select all three tables, use the shift key to highlight all three tables and add selected tables. So I have the tables here. You can place your cursor here and drag to open up. So we are linking club code to club number. Alright, let's check to be sure. Club code to club number in the race table. So you drag from club code, which is the primary key, to the foreign key here. Okay, let's see. And then now look, we need to take note of this. It says place your evidence document screenshot showing the one-to-many relationship between the three tables. Okay, so we'll show between the three tables. So you create, and then the next one is group code to age card. Group code here to age card. This is where you have age card. So we can move this way. Group code drag to age card and then create. Okay, so to show the relationship, you can print screen and highlight this and paste in your evidence document as evidence 19. Okay. uh, Next we have number 20. It says in the race table use an automated search function to locate the record entry number of 1498. Okay, so let's search for 1498. You can use your relationships, ensure you save it. So in the race table, alright, save. Okay, always ensure you save. So you should use the search key. Here you can enter your search and search for 1498, I believe. Let's be sure. 1498. It says you should place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the automated search function you used to locate the record. Okay, so you can take a screenshot of this. Let's do that. This is our record and the search function. So you can take this as your screenshot. You don't have to go all the way down like I did. Place this as evidence 20. So you could crop this, go to format picture, crop, just to show what's necessary. You don't have to show everything. Okay, so it's good this way. Hit the crop button or the enter button. You can expand this a bit so that it's visible. So this is fine. So let's go back to the question. It says amend the details as follows. Age card should now become FE FSE 39, FSE 39, age category FSE 39. Okay, then our year of birth is 1992 here, 1992, and then age is 33, this 33, and then gender result is 137. So you look for gender result here, 137. Let's go back. Okay, check your data entry for errors and save the data. So just check visually and see if all is well. To save your data, you can right click on the table and save. Right now it says we should use using fields from the race and club tables produce a tabular report that selects the records where area. So we should use fields from the race and club tables. All right, for us to create a table, we must query the table first. Okay, so this is our query, then we can go ahead to produce the table. So let's create it very quickly. So you go to the create to create anything, you go to create. So this time around, you can create tables, create queries, create forms, create reports. Right? Our end goal is to create a report, but we'll start by creating a query. You can use your query design, all right, and then query design. Then let's save our query. Usually we save our query with the name of the report. So this report is Young Scottish Finishers. Okay, so is that there? Click to save. So now we attach the relevant fields. What we do is to bring in the relevant tables. So relevant tables are club and race, I believe. Let's be sure. Race and club, yeah. So let's bring in the relevant fields. We want our last name to show, first name to show, age, pace, club, and in that order. All right. Now that we have brought in our tables, okay, we can expand that so that everything shows. So let's be bring in our fields. So we need the last name, first name. So you can just double click on them. Last name, first name in that order. All right, age, pace. So you bring in age, click age, pace in kilometer per hour, and then next you want to bring club name and area. Club name, here we have club name, area. So we brought in all our required fields. Next, with data and labels displayed in full, do not group the data. Says you should select the record. So this part now is our query part. Okay, sorry. So select the record where area includes the text cut. So you come back, our area should include the text cut. So there must be text cut in the text, either at starting the text, ending the text, or in the middle of the text. So you use asterisk, cut asterisk, okay, and hit enter. So you might want to run that. Go to your query design, click, okay, it's asking us to close tables that are open, so you can close all the tables. Go to query design again and then run. So if you check your Scott, see that your area, you see that you have Scott in every single area that is there. Then you also notice that your records have been reduced to 133 records. Okay, so age is 30 or less. So in order to do 30 or less, we go back to our Scottish finishers query. Okay, and then go to the design view. So age is 30 or less, let's be sure. Age is 30 or less. So that is to say less than or equal to 30. Hit enter and then run the query. So this time around we have 34 records. That shows us that our query worked. Okay, so we're going to be creating our report now. So you go to create and then let's use our report wizard to create. So it's asking us to save our query. Of course, we're going to be moving all of this into our report. Click on next and then click on next, click on next. Okay, so we could sort here. We could either sort here or we sort in the query design view. But let's just sort it here. So we are sorting. It says sort the data in ascending order of area and descending order of age. So you do ascending order of area and then descending order. Click on this ascending to turn it to descending of age. Click next. Okay, let's see. Question says our report should be uh, page orientation of portraits fit into a single page. So it's portrait. We use tabular report, fits everything in a page. Click OK. So I want to name our report Young Scottish Finishers. Okay, let's go back. Close the text, right? Then has your name, center number, and candidate number on the report. Okay, so to do that, name, candidate number, go to modify report and click on finish. Okay, so usually don't use whatever text box you find here, just delete them. Okay, so you can use a label. Okay, that's a label there. Click under report design, show you under report design, click and then you can drag. You can either place this in the page footer, which will appear on all pages, or use the report footer, which will appear at the end of the report. So to use the report footer, you can just drag this down and then place your text there. Okay, so let's draw this, and then we type our name. Okay, candidate center number, and then candidate number, just like that. Okay, let's see what else the question asks us for. It says we should save and print the report. So we're done with our report. Go to view and then the report view. Okay, if you notice this is not properly arranged, you also notice the order is not maintained. So we can quickly arrange that. So I'll take you through arranging that quickly. So what we're supposed to have last name, first name, age, pace, last name. So okay, you can only edit this when you go to your layout view. So click and move to your layout view. Now how to arrange this? Last name is supposed to come first. Click on the last name. Alright, that's the field name. Then hold your shift key and hold and click on any of the data you have there. Then you can use your cursor to reduce this, then use this cursor with a cross, alright, this cross to move your data this way. Okay, to help us, I want to move the area out first. Okay, and then you can now move the last name right that way. You can also use your arrow keys on the keyboard to move things around. Okay, so we want to move area completely out of this space. So the next thing we need to move is our first name. Click on the field name and use your shift key. Click on any of the records and then you can now adjust and use this cursor, alright, the cross to move things around. So let's also move our age. Okay, we need to close up this a bit. Click, click, and then you can move this around. Okay, so let's look at what we have. We have last name, first name, age. So let's ensure we arrange this properly. We need everything to show. So click on this and drag out so that that name shows correctly. Let's move this out. Like I said, you can use your uh, arrow keys to move things around. Click and move around. Yeah, so this is good. So now I want to move this back a bit to close up the space. Then age, click, click, and then drag to close this up. And then you can use your arrow keys to move this back a bit. Then back to the question, it says pace in kilometer and then club name. Okay, so area is still far ahead, so we can move this way. Can click and click and then open this up. Okay, so the next item is pace. So we can move this, close this up a bit, move it back. Okay, so pace club name, click. Let's move area forward, club name this way. Okay, and close this up a bit. Let's scroll down. I'm sure that everything is showing. Of course, runners isn't showing. So use your yes, this works. So everything is showing. So final one you want to work on is the area. Okay, so ensure everything is showing. And you can use your arrow key to move it away a bit. So this is properly arranged now, and then you have your details showing on every page by the time you're done printing. Okay, so what's left is for us to print our report. So you can go to file, go to print, and go to print. So we are printing to PDF. Click OK and call this printout 4 and then print. Okay, I skipped showing you the print preview. You can go to files to see what the print preview looks like. Print preview. You see exactly how it will come out. So this is fine. Alright. So let's continue with the next report. Okay, so the next report is here. So I've tried to color code the query section and then the field names that we need. And then if you also look at this, we need to also create um, a calculated field, a field that will calculate at runtime. Okay, so we'll get to doing all of that. So remember that for you to create any report, you must have a query. You must query your table. So let's do that. Go to create. We'll use our query design. Okay, so we'll bring in all three tables. So click, just hold down your shift and click on the last one and add selected tables. Okay, and then we can bring this way, we can bring this way. Okay, so what are the fields that are expected here? We want the first name, last name, age cards. We want first name, last name, age cards. We also need year of birth, age and club name, year of birth, age and club name. So I'm just double clicking on them so that they appear there. So we have race time, age graded. We have race time. So age graded, double click. So age graded is a calculated field which will calculate at runtime. So we'll leave that. The last one is the gender result. We'll bring this here because we're going to be using this for age graded. So to calculate this or to add a new field there, you right click, go to build, you have this. So we'll give it the appropriate name, age graded, capital A, age underscore graded. Then you use full column here. You're not using equal to, you're writing a function here, but you're going to be using a full column rather than equal to sign in mathematics. So you go to where you have your tables, click on the plus sign, click on tables, pick on the race table because the parameters are there. So our age graded is calculated at runtime. This field will calculate the record time divided by race time. Record time. So double click on record time, then / to divide by race time. Okay, so now you don't need any of this. You can delete these expressions and just leave the record underscore time divided by race underscore time. But take note that we are leaving the angle, the square brackets, okay, because the square bracket shows that you are dealing with a field and not just variables. Okay, so click. Alright, so this is visible. Okay, let's check one more. It says displays the age graded field as a percentage to one decimal place. Okay, so what we'll do is to go to the property, then while your age graded is checked or highlighted, just place your cursor there, then your format, click and then click on that drop down arrow and make it percent. Okay, make it percent. Okay, after doing that, we'll run the table, run the query. So you can see that this is in percentage, but however it's in two decimal places. Question says we should make it one decimal place to one decimal place. Alright, so you come to decimal places, click and make this one decimal place and run it again. So that's done. Okay, so next, so we've done this and we've calculated this, so we should go back to doing our query. says it selects the records where the age cat is FSE29 and FSE39. Okay, so we'll go back to the design view. So we're selecting where our age cards. So let's look for the age card field. So that's the age card field. So this, type that in and hit enter. It says where the age card is this or okay, so you can type or this 39, hit enter. So let's run our query and see. Okay, so if you check under there, you see the number of records we have. Let's see if this works. This is FSE 29 and 39. So we are now reduced to 58 records. So it worked. Club name does not include independent. It does not include independent. Let's go to design view. Okay, so independent. That's the club name does not include independent. So what you do is to type not independent and then hit enter. Okay, so let's run that query. Okay, so here we have club name. If you check, there's no club name that has independent, so we're reduced to about 43 records. Shows that this query worked. Okay, so now we can go ahead to create our report. Alright, but our report stores the data in descending order of gender results. You can do your sort here, but let's do it with our report. So you can go to report wizard. It's asking us to save this query. Usually save your query with the name of your report. So I know that this query belongs to this report. Okay, so click OK. So we're moving all of these fields from this query. Click next, next, next. So we're doing remember it says we should not group data, so take note of that. It says we are sorting the data in descending order of gender results. Descending order of gender results. Descending. So click next. Our report is in landscape orientation. Okay. So let's make this landscape. Definitely should fit to a single page. And then let's type the name of our report here. And then modify this and finish. Okay, so that we can do any other adjustments. It says includes the title, which we've done, has your name, center number, canny number in the footer of the report, so it appears in the same position on every page. So we're putting this in the report footer and not in the page footer, not in the report footer. So under the page footer, it will show on every page. So let's delete all these text boxes that comes with Excel and draw a label. Click and draw a label. In that label, you type your name, your center number, and your candidate number. Okay, so let's go back. Says your candidate number in the footer of the report. Oh, this the footer of the report, so it appears in the same position on every page. So that's the page footer. So rather than the report footer, so that it appears on every page. Okay, so this is good. I think we're done with this. So let's go to our layout view so that we can properly arrange everything. So click here, hold down your shift key and click on any of the records. then place your cursor until you see this cross so that you can move this to the side. Click shift key to click, then place your cursor here. You can drag out, close up, ensure that all the data is visible, nothing is hidden. Okay, click on this, click here, place your cursor here, drag this out this way, and then drag this out this way, and then remember first name, last name, age card, and year of birth. So we have age cards and age cards. So you might want to move this aside. Click, click, move this, move this. Okay. Next we have age and then club name, race time, age, okay, age, club name, okay. So we want to move results. Click. Okay, let's close this up so that I can move out results. Okay, we can come back to this, open this up so that every data is visible. Okay, so club name, race time, age graded, race time, okay, so I believe that should be age graded. Right, so let's move both this way. Okay, you can use your arrow keys to move this to the side. So we have age graded and gender results. Click, open this up a bit. Okay, click, move this to the side. Alright, so we're done arranging this. Okay, so we have to save and print our reports. To save, we go to home. Can just do Ctrl S to save. Okay, just do Ctrl S to save, or you come to this point, right click and save, and then let's print. You can go to file, go to print, go to print preview. Okay, so this is what our report looks like. Everything fits on one single page. Please always check to be sure that no data is overlapped. Okay, and then you can print. So we're going to be printing this as print out 5. So these printouts, you're going to print them on with your computer, with your printer, with whatever printer is provided to you. You print them out, and then that's what you submit to be marked by the examiners. You also submit your evidence document. Alright, so these are the things you're going to be submitting. I'm very sure you have enjoyed these videos. I'd like you to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel so that we can grow this and get other people learning and getting prepared for the forthcoming exams. Thank you so much.